And good morning. It's just not quite 12 o'clock noon, but it's going to be in just a moment. And I want to welcome you to our Lunch and Learn on Friday. Today is the first Friday. Oh, sorry, it's the second Friday of the new year, but I wasn't here last week. So I wasn't able to talk with you, but I have some new things to share with you today. Some are going to be kind of funny, some are going to be kind of weird, but it's kind of a hodgepodge day today on our new year. So while we're waiting on people to join us, just by way of introduction, because we have new people all the time, my name is Dr. Polly Heil-Mealey, and I am the owner. My husband and I own Abundant Health and Wellness, and we are located in downtown Humble at Main Street and Avenue C. And we are a full-service holistic clinic, and so we help you get better and that kind of thing. And I see people are saying Happy New Year, and so Happy New Year to you. Thanks for joining us. And as always, my news feed doesn't really feed while I'm talking. I don't know why, but it doesn't. So if you ask a question, I'll get back to you at the end of the session. So two things I want to talk to you about today. One of them is holiday heart syndrome, which, yes, that's a real thing. And then the other one is 6 reasons to love chocolate. So chocolate is near and dear to my heart because I absolutely love it. And the darker it is, the better I like it. And these little tidbits are going to tell you that dark chocolate is absolutely the best chocolate. So I want to start out with what you should know about holiday heart syndrome. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, we just finished with the holidays, so why are you telling me this now? Well, one reason I'm telling you this now, because I just read it over the holidays. It was in last week's paper, so it came in after New Year. And so you would think that this would just be about Christmas and New Year, but actually any holiday. So this can be Christmas, New Year, it can be Valentine's, it can be Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, any kind of holiday, this can happen. So why is it called holiday heart syndrome? Well, because in the holidays, we don't pay attention to what we're eating and what we're drinking and how we're resting and all those kind of things, because we make allowances because, after all, what? It is the holiday. And so while I don't want to be negative about the holidays or tell you not to enjoy your holidays, I want you to enjoy them. I want you to understand that this could happen, and so what you need to know about that, okay? So holiday heart syndrome is the occurrence of heart arrhythmia, right? Most frequently, it's atrial fibrillation after bouts of binge drinking, and it's known to occur even in healthy individuals. Now, most of us, because this is a holistic program, most of us do not do binge drinking. Hopefully you don't do binge drinking. But even if you drink a little bit, you could probably find yourself drinking just that little bit more because why? It's the holidays. So this is something that happens to healthy people as well as people that are obese and different things. So, but it's not just the overconsumption of alcohol, it's the overconsumption of sweets, it's the overconsumption of fast foods, it's the overconsumption of processed foods, which we all do. Why? Because it's the holidays and we're busy and we're trying to prep and all that kind of thing. So this has been a thing. The holiday heart syndrome has been a thing since 1978. Well, I will just tell you, up until I read this article, I had never heard of it. So it's kind of new to me, and if it's new to me, it might be new to you guys as well. Episodes usually follow heavy weekend or holiday sprees. So this is not just a holiday, but whenever you tend to celebrate too much and do too much as far as food and drink. It says there are resulting hospitalizations between Sunday and Tuesday or in proximity to the year-end holidays. The relationship has not been observed in other alcohol-associated illnesses. So this is not just if you're an alcoholic or if you have fatty liver syndrome or anything like that. This has to do with healthy people, okay? So it says, if you notice a faster than normal or fluttering heart rate while drinking, it could likely mean that you need to lay off the mulled wine, okay? it's an illustration that anything to excess is not a good thing. So this is not just about alcoholic consumption. Alcohol turns to sugar in the bloodstream, but so does sugar, so does flour, so does cakes and pies and candy canes and all that kind of stuff. So when you are overly ingesting anything that turns into sugar, then you could get this heart palpitation and that kind of thing. So just to be a little bit transparent with you guys, after my husband died, I developed a little bit of a fluttering in the heart, and I went to the doctor and I've had tests and everything is fine. It's just an emotional thing. And so when you have holidays, what happens? You have a lot of emotional things. All of us want to have the Norman Rockwell Christmas or the Norman Rockwell birthday and all that kind of thing, and that really rarely happens, okay? And so we set ourselves up for disappointment, and depending on what our comfort food is, we could drink too much, or we could eat too much, or we could overindulge in the holiday treats. And so all of that can set you up for this AFib or this fluttering of the heart. So it's not necessarily anything that you need to rush to the emergency room about, although if you have underlying autoimmune disease, or if you're obese, or if you have any other thing like that, then that might be something that you need to do. But basically what we're wanting to do is to get you to understand that if you have this fluttering in your heart during a holiday time or during a weekend when you're doing tailgating and that kind of thing, then you might want to take it just a little bit seriously, okay? It says that the mechanisms as to why alcohol and sweets has this effect on the heart is still not well understood. Alcohol is known to affect both the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems, in addition to many other functions in the body, which have the potential to induce cardiac arrhythmia. Anytime the muscle of the heart is affected, the electrical system of the heart, which is built into the muscle cells of the heart, can be affected, okay? So, in addition to the alcohol consumption, the holidays can also affect the heart at different levels. Finances, buying gifts, hosting the family can also lead to increased stress during this time. So this is what I'm saying. It's not just the alcohol, although the alcohol is part of it, but people do get stressed with finances, purchasing that gift, making sure that the house is clean, making sure you've got accommodations for your out-of-town guests. All of that together leads into this holiday heart syndrome. So these are the symptoms that you need to be looking for. You need to be looking for difficulty breathing, dizziness, chest pain, and loss of consciousness. Well, I would definitely be concerned if anybody in my family had loss of consciousness. We didn't have any of these this holiday season, but again, I wasn't really looking for it because why? Because we don't drink and we don't eat sweets in excess. We have still lots of sweets that were given to us over the holidays that are still in the cabinet because we do all things in moderation, which is basically what this says. It says that if you have any of these symptoms, you want to go and have your heart looked at, get an assessment, make sure that you're good, and make sure at the next holiday time, long weekend, tailgate, whatever, that you're good. All right. The second thing I want to talk to you about really relates to this because our heart is an electrical muscle, as we said. So the mineral that feeds the heart and keeps the heart working is magnesium. And presto changeo, magnesium is found in chocolate. So just to be very clear, we're talking about dark chocolate. We're not talking about the white chocolate or the milk chocolate. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the dark chocolate. So this is what it says about 6 reasons to eat chocolate. Now again, we're not saying sit down with a big 2-pound box and eat it all at once, right? We're not saying that. If you get a really, really good piece of chocolate, in fact, we were given a box of Ghirardelli chocolates, and I will tell you that I love chocolate. It's all dark, and one little square is enough for me. I don't need to have more than that. So this is a really good thing. So why is chocolate good for you. Well, so my favorite thing is that it is anti-aging. Okay, so we love that. This is what it says. Dark chocolate is high in antioxidants, which can help reduce the inflammation in the skin caused by UV exposure. Okay, the components in dark chocolate can also slow down the aging process by boosting circulation and moisture retention in the skin, giving it a more youthful appearance. Woohoo! Who knew about that? All right. Dark chocolate also boosts libido. So if you're failing or your spouse is failing in that area, you want to give them a little bit of the dark chocolate before it's time to say goodnight. And dark chocolate contains phenylphenamine, I probably didn't say that right, which is a compound produced when you are in love. Chocolate also increases the serotonin and the dopamine, which increases our happiness and our libido. It supports brain health, and so don't we all need that, right? Adding chocolate to your diet helps enhance brain function, okay? This is because the flavonoids in the dark chocolate pass through the hippocampus, which is an area of the brain responsible for learning and memory. By increasing the blood flow to the brain, memory, learning ability, and problem-solving skills are all improved. Now, you might not know what the hippocampus is. Hippocampus is a tiny, tiny little gland in the brain, right about here in the brain, and it has an electronic frequency which syncs up to the atmosphere, the Schumann wave. So some of you are going to go and Google that, and that's fine. But what you need to know is if you have metabolism issues, it could be because your hippocampus is off. And so that dark chocolate will help the resonance of the hippocampus, and so this is a good thing for us, okay? It's good for the heart because why? It contains magnesium, so we want to know that it has that. It also has flavonoids that have been shown to reduce blood pressure, help improve blood flow, and make the platelets less likely to stick together. By improving blood circulation, dark chocolate also helps protect the heart. Now, dark chocolate also has magnesium in there, and this is not saying that, but I'm just telling you it does, and so it also helps with the heart. Chocolate aids in weight loss. Why aren't they telling you this? Well, because most of the chocolate that you get is a milk chocolate or a white chocolate, and it doesn't have the dark properties that dark chocolate has. So this is a instance where the darker you are, the better it is, okay? So dark chocolate aids in weight loss. And it says you may think that chocolate could contribute to weight gain, but when consumed in high volumes, it definitely can. But controlled amounts of chocolate can help you feel full and lead you to consume less. Furthermore, chocolate contains anti-inflammatory properties that reduce muscle fatigue during exercise. So when you've got that lactic acid build up because you have exercised and you've torn those muscles and that kind of thing, chocolate helps relieve that lactic acid, and so it helps with your muscles. Now remember, your heart also is a muscle, and we want to make sure that that muscle is taken care of. So chocolate also reduces stress. Chocolate can help release serotonin and endorphins that improve mood and reduce stress. Consuming high-quality chocolate that is high in cocoa can help keep your mood elevated. So if you're one of these people that you've got this mood swing up and down and up and down, you might find that nibbling on a piece of good dark chocolate throughout the day could help stabilize your moods. So we need to find out why your moods are not being stable and that kind of thing, so we can help you with that. To achieve these benefits, it is important that you consume dark chocolate and not just a typical milk chocolate bar that is loaded with sugar. So that would knock out all of your candy bars, your Payday, your Snickers, your Butterfinger, all of those kind of things, because they're not dark chocolate. Now, if you have the dark chocolate like the Ghirardelli, you have something like that. There's some other brands as well, but they're just not coming to me right now. Lindt chocolate. I love Lindt. and it is something L-Y-N-D-T, I think, L-I-N-D-T. It's a Swiss chocolate. It is my absolute favorite brand of chocolate. And that brings me to just a little side note. I'm going to kind of scoot over here to this side note here. Somebody came into my office yesterday, and she listens to our Facebook Live, and she comes and she calls us a lot, and we help her a lot. And I'm not saying that's a great thing. I love that. But she said, Dr. Polly, when you do your Facebook Lives, could you do these things? And I'm going, okay, yeah, whatever. And so she's given me this list. And one of the things that she wants me to tell you is my favorite things. And so I just kind of laughed, and I said, well, why would you care about my favorite things? And she said, well, because I want to know what your favorite things are. And I was going, okay, well, I mean, I'm just a normal person. I don't think that anybody really cares about my favorite things. But my favorite chocolate, okay, my favorite chocolate is Lindt chocolate. The darker it is, the better I like it. So just going to throw that out there. So these are some suggestions, and you guys kind of help me out with this and let me know what you want to know. She wants to know, what would Dr. Polly do? Well, what does that mean? She said, if you have a headache, if you sprain your wrist, if you have a death in the family, if you need mental health. Okay, so mental health help. So these are some things that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. I don't know if you've seen the event that we've posted in the Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, but the Facebook events on both the clinic page, my own personal page, and then the Holistic Mom and Dad page. We posted an event that's going to happen tomorrow at my church, which is Crossroads Fellowship, and it's on the Beltway, and it's between Dewson Parkway, I think it is, and Houston, East Houston Parkway. No, that's not right. Not West Lake Houston Parkway, East Lake Houston Parkway. So it's on the Beltway between Dewson Park. I'm trying to see it in my head, and I'm just messing it up. It's on the Beltway, Beltway 8, between Dewson Parkway and Lake Houston Parkway, not West Lake Houston Parkway. Anyway, it's tomorrow at 9 o'clock, from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. There is a $5 charge, and that's for refreshments and that kind of thing. You can pay at the door, or you can go ahead and buy your tickets on the link. But one of those things that she wants me to talk about is, what would I do? And I'm going to be giving you a short seminar tomorrow on the things that I would do. How do I use essential oil safely? How do I, what do I have in my toolbox at home so that when my family gets sick, that I can immediately start working on to help them feel better? And then what kind of non-toxic cleaning products do I use to keep my home safe and sound? So we're going to be doing that tomorrow, Saturday, January the 12th at 9 o'clock at Crossroads Fellowship Church. So you can click on the link on the event, let me know you're coming, or you can just show up, but just understand there's a $5 charge for refreshments and that kind of thing. I hope you'll come. I'll look forward to seeing you, especially some of you that I just know as a Facebook presence. It'd be nice to see you face to face and that kind of thing. So those are some things that she wanted me to talk about, and I'm going to be talking about those tomorrow. So it is the new year. I'm about out of what I needed to talk to you today about, but I hope that you'll take these considerations, this information under consideration. Make sure in the holidays that you're moderating your stress, you're moderating your emotional health, you're moderating what you're eating and drinking so you don't have this holiday heart syndrome. I want you to make sure that you eat chocolate, and if you eat chocolate, you eat the right kind of chocolate in the right quantities so that you can be healthy. And my wish for you and my prayer for you is that you have a great 2019, and that God blesses you, and that you just move from strength to strength in your health. So I will talk to you next week. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.